Can you fix a car's paint with only an electric spray gun? Let's find out. I really struggled to get this car painted. It's autumn in England, which means a lot of rain and a lot of not very nice weather. So I got it painted. It looked okay, it looked good enough. There is some orange peel, which I wanted to address anyway. But as you can see, there's actually a load of like white marks all over the paint. It's rained a lot. I think it rained the following day after I paint it. And I reckon the acid in the rain might have caused these white spots. And then maybe the sun has reflected through the rain and caused these marks. I'm not really sure. It doesn't look great. So I'm gonna try and fix it. This is my super cheap 25 pounds electric spray gun. It works with Milwaukee batteries and it means it's super portable. Literally could be taken anywhere. So it could be really good for some people when they have to work in remote places. For me, it means I can spray my Dacia and hopefully get it shining and looking fantastic. As with a lot of the stuff I do, I've never actually done this before. I've always just spray painted it and then left it as is. I'm going that extra step to try and get this nice and smooth.
We're going to start off by seeing if we can get away with lightly sanding and then polishing the car.
So things you need. Some sort of sander. I've got my orbital sander here. You need a 3000 grit sandpaper and then you need to work up to 5000. So 3000 to 5000, a few in between if you have them. A spray bottle because you want to be wet sanding. And then you can either cut and polish it at the end to bring back the shine. Or for me, I'm probably going to have to reapply a few coats of clear coat. That's why I'm going to use the electric paint gun. I'm going to chuck on a time lapse. I'm going to go over the whole thing with 3000. I just want to bring all of these imperfections down so they're flat. I don't want to go any deeper than that. I'm basically just trying to get the whole surface flat as opposed to all these little bits of lumpy orange peel. I'm going to spray water on at the same time. You want to make sure it's nice and wet, so there's the least amount of friction. You just want to go over it, not burn into your paint. So I'm going to go from max, which is 6 to 3, so that's about 50%. See what that gets me.
If your orange peel isn't too bad, you can start with 3000 and get the paint hazy and then work up to 5000, making sure the paint is hazy after each time. It should get more and more glossy the higher you go with sandpapers. Unfortunately for me, my orange peel was too bad, so I had to start going for more aggressive sandpapers. I went to 800 and then eventually was starting to use a 600, which was knocking down the orange peel nicely, but I started to burn through the paint.
This, I had some painter's tape and it basically left like a little ridge. So I've just sanded that down smooth. So hopefully I can repaint that and then that shouldn't be visible anymore.
This was after the 800 grit once I'd cleaned it off. I then moved to hand sanding with a 600 grit and as always, a lot of water. Because of how bad my orange peel was, I've decided I really need to repaint a couple of the areas. So I've knocked them all down with 600 grit so they look super smooth and super flat. I've burnt through the paint in a few areas, but that's okay because we'll recover it. This is what it should look like after you've sanded it all down. You can see I've gotten rid of a lot of the orange peel and it's looking a lot flatter. So it means we can paint it.
All right, I've had to wait about a week to be able to do this again because it's been raining and I don't have cover for it. So I've got 2 nice days. Should be able, in theory, to get this painted and get it finished. I've added a bit more epoxy. There were a couple of little bits that I wasn't too happy with, so I've just gone over them again, filled them in with some body filler and then sand them down. And I'm gonna go over all the panels that I'm gonna be touching up with some 600 grit. I also wanna scuff up all the clear coat on any of these panels because we're gonna paint here to color match it, and then we'll clear coat the whole panel. So that way it should look nice and uniform and nice and even. Here is where I'm gonna be repainting the actual color. I also want to be sanding the rest of the panel for when I do the clear coat as well. 600 grit sandpaper, just some spray water in a bottle. You can also just use a sponge and just sponge the water on. It doesn't really matter, just as long as the panel is wet and you're not dry sanding. Cool, I'm just going to go over it. And you just want to scuff up the clear coat. So when you actually look at it, it's matte and not glossy anymore. So here, for example, oh, that's not on. You can see all this orange peel. So I want to sand this down till it's looking more like that, so nice and flat. If we burn through into the primer, it's not the end of the world. The main bit is just getting rid of this texture. You can see all that. That's obviously the paint that we've taken off, but see underneath, now getting a much smoother surface, looking much better. This was some pretty aggressive orange peel, so I'm not sure how perfect I'm going to make this, but we'll keep going and see what we get.
Here you can see the paint starting to look less orange peely and more shiny. It means we're doing it right.
The whole thing has been done with some sandpaper. So I've gone over everything with some 600 grit, all the panels that are going to be painted. So obviously I've touched this one up, and then I'm going to be clear coating that part. So I've done the whole bonnet, I've done the bumper as well, done that side and the other side. So all 600 gritted. I'm gonna give it a clean off, and then I'm gonna wipe it down, and once it's dry, we're good to go. The more time you choose to spend sanding, the better this is gonna look. I could definitely go a bit harder here. See here, it's getting a bit more hazy, so that's kind of how you want it to be, but correction takes a long time. It's a lot of effort, and if you haven't done it right the first time, you're gonna be putting a lot more time in to try and fix it. So the best advice is just try and get it right the first time. That's really it. And then sanding it down, trying to make it smooth, trying to make it look better. It depends how much effort you want to put into it. If it's a show car, you probably want to sand it back down to primer and then start again. For me, these panels are dented. I've obviously done a load of body repair on this anyway, so I'm not too fussed. You see here, for example, I've sanded it down, I've burnt through to the primer. That's okay. I'm gonna chuck a load more clear coat on this. Like, you know, it's not great. But I've spent a lot of time on this, and I think it's time to just get it done now. I can keep going over it and over it. I'm not the best at painting or bodywork, obviously, but I'm just gonna get it done. It's gonna look okay. It's gonna be like a 6 out of 10. Okay, I've masked everything off. Any of the bits that I don't want to get painted, cover them up with tape or some sort of cloth towel thing. These are just my worksheets, and they're great for pretty much anything that needs to get dirty. That is all ready to go. Nice and dry, nice and clean. Gone over it with the degreaser, used the sponge to agitate any dirt, rinsed it off, made sure there's no degreaser on there as well. Everything's pretty smooth, not perfect, but good enough for, you know, making it look a bit better. Last bit is the actual painting. Now, I've got my electric spray gun. We're gonna see if this is actually gonna work. I've never used this for spraying car body parts before, so this is gonna be interesting. What you wanna make sure, if it's a new spray gun, then you're good to go. But for me, I've used this before for spraying fence panels and stuff like that. So I'm gonna make sure the inside of this is the storage container for the actual liquid. I'm gonna make sure that is super duper clean, super duper dry. I'm also gonna make sure that any of the bits that come out are also dry. Oh, that's not a good idea. It's disgusting. Old nozzle, new nozzle. See the size of the hole? It's way smaller. This is the smallest one I have, which hopefully is gonna give me the best result and the best finish on the paint. So I'm gonna put that in there. There's only one way to put it in on my gun. Oh yeah, I think that looks better. There's definitely bits of crap spurting out there, which I'm now gonna have to get some tweezers and pick out of all the paint. But it kind of worked. It's not perfect, it's not like showroom paint, but I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, we're going to clean and then go again. I think a load of the spatter's just coming from there. This is some old thinners. I run it through a filter to get all the bits. Pour it straight in there. I'm just gonna give this a really good shake. Try and spray out any crud that's in there. Let me spray onto here, see if anything comes out. Yeah, there you go. Feel the bits. Okay, so lesson learned for me, that's all the crud. No, that's one filter. Two filters, that's all crud. I had to use another filter because it wasn't flowing anymore. In theory, it should be a lot cleaner now. I'm just gonna run it through and just squirt all the stuff out. Hopefully that should be it. Lesson learned. All right, I'm just gonna sand down any bits that I painted where the crap came out. You shouldn't have this issue, so feel free to skip this step. Again, this is a 600 grit. There we go. And that should be all the bits. All right, so I'm just gonna give it a quick wipe down with a clean towel. Go. Fresh paint with thinners. See what happens. First coat is done, looking pretty good overall, pretty happy with it. Still got a few bits that need to be covered.
And here's the second coat. I'm also going to sand down the headlights and touch up the black trim and then clear coat everything to make the whole front end look as new as possible.
Oakley dokley, it is a new day and I'm just going to touch up these little imperfections and then we'll be ready for the clear coat. So I'm just going to sand this down. I've got some 800 grit. I'm just going to go over it again and then I'll just put another layer of color on top. Should be good to go. Same here. I obviously didn't sand this down enough, so it's slightly textured. So I'm just going to go over that and then the color will be done. I keep redoing it and redoing it, but that's how you get it to look good. Not perfect. I need to chuck in loads more hours, but I think this is going to be good enough. I think I'll be happy with it. I hope. Probably not. Never happy with it. Cool. Right. Let me do that. Because I'm just touching up these areas, I just wanted to cover everything quickly. So lifted up the bonnet, put this sheet under, close it back down. I can paint there nice and easily. It's not going to overspray onto that. So all good. Let's do it. A couple more coats of that and then that's the color finally done. Okay, so we have sanded the car down, gone from an 800 to a 600, smoothed everything out. I've then repainted the areas which needed painting with 3 coats of color. That is now all cured, so we are ready for our clear. I've got 2K clear in here. I'm gonna chuck a mask on and then we're gonna paint this all up. I've also sanded down the headlights with some 2000 and then 3000 grit and I've wet sanded it. I don't have any 5000, so we're just gonna go for that. I don't wanna put any tape on the fresh paint here, mask this off and then paint that. So I will just touch that up at the end. So for now, we are just gonna 2K all the panels where we've put paint. So this panel is gonna get 2K, this panel, the bumper, and the other side. Start from the bottom, I'm just gonna work up, flowing across nicely. I might get a little bit of overspray on this panel, but that will hopefully just help blend it off. But I'm gonna try and miss that panel as much as possible. Like the headlights are looking nice and shiny. Everything's looking pretty good. You can see the reflection of the sky, which is great. Hopefully, this is gonna be good. Hopefully, I've actually done it right. Let's see.
The second coat of paint wasn't coming out nearly as nicely as the first coat. It was going on a lot drier, so a lot less glossy.
I think the nozzle was slightly blocked. I'm just gonna clear it out and then add some more clear coat and we'll go again. All right, cleared out, let's go again.
The gun was definitely blocked because this second coat went on so much nicer. It has that really deep glossy feel and it just looked fantastic. It's the last step in painting the car. I could buff and polish it, but I don't think I need to do that for this car. And here's the final result.
So, can you use a portable battery-powered spray gun for painting your car? Absolutely. Should you? Maybe not. There are definitely some cases where it's the right choice. So for example, for me, I couldn't get my compressor hose from the garage to the car. I would have had to buy a longer hose. I had this already, thought I'd give it a go, and I'm very happy I did. I've always wanted to try using this to paint a car. Now I think I could. I think I could paint a whole car. So maybe another video. But for today, that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one where I might give it a polish, see if we can make it look even better. Bye.